This universe is only one of an infinite number. Mr. Strange.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Nerd Lore. Marvel has recently released a brand new Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness TV spot, and they very quietly snuck in a rather large reveal, and I am here today to break it down for you. So the TV spot we're going to talk about today is the one posted to Marvel's Instagram and Twitter account and is only about 20 seconds long. Oddly, it wasn't posted to the Marvel YouTube account, but that's neither here nor there. Most of the footage is the same as we have been seeing, but mixed in are additions of smaller new scenes as well. The TV spot starts off by bringing back the Ancient One to have her narrate the TV spot, and shows off some of the main characters' faces in a few close-up shots. In said close-up shots, we see Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Wong, American Chavez, Mordo, and lastly Sinister Strange. The first major scene we see out of the TV spot is a pretty clear view of what is presumed to be Maria Rambeau, the Captain Marvel variant charging at the Scarlet Witch variant. A whole lot of variant play, I know. This is the part where the two of them have their fight that ultimately ends with the Scarlet Witch variant blowing up the entire place after going nuts, which you end up seeing later in the TV spot. This Captain Marvel variant that is Maria Rambeau won't be played by Brie Larson herself, but by Lashana Lynch. The origin of Maria Rambeau will most likely just be flipped with Carol Danvers, where she flew the plane instead and then got caught in the blast from the Tesseract. The next shot is extremely short, but if you freeze frame at the right moment, it appears to be American Chavez talking with an unknown sorcerer, and I think this is a sorcerer of some sort because of the clothing. The person she is talking to looks like it could be Wong, but I ultimately don't think it is, just because it doesn't look too much like him. If you look extra closely, it also appears that American Chavez is getting ready to punch open a portal to leave, and as for where they are, it looks awfully similar to where Doctor Strange meets his evil variant for the first time in the earlier trailers. The biggest reveal from the TV spots is next, where American Chavez and Doctor Strange are seen falling through a random universe with floating, living tribunal heads. Yes, you heard me correctly, floating living tribunal heads. These heads one for one match the tribunal statues seen in the Loki TV series seen at the end of time, except for the fact that these eyes on these heads are glowing. If you aren't aware who the Living Tribunal is, he is essentially the judge of the multiverse, being one of the strongest cosmic entities in existence next to the one above all. If there's any major magical imbalance in the multiverse, his job is to rectify it and then to also put it back in balance. He is a very major character who doesn't make a whole lot of appearances unless it's absolutely needed. If the Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange are going around messing with the multiverse like it appears, then it would make complete sense for him to appear and put both of them on trial. Mainly because he is so powerful, if he shows up, the story is pretty much over since he could just stop whatever is actually going on. His first appearance in the comics was meeting Doctor Strange, so it would be fitting for him to make some sort of cameo, especially with the big multiverse storyline going on. Hence the Judge of the Multiverse. The only weird thing is if you look at the Living Tribunal in the comics, he has one big head that has three faces. But in this shot of the TV spot, it seems to be multiple heads floating with no bodies instead of just multiple faces attached to one body. We again get more footage of Doctor Strange and American Chavez traveling and falling through the multiverse. This shot shows off some blue-colored universe the two are falling through, and then more of Doctor Strange fighting the evil variant of himself by lunging his magic at him as seen in earlier trailers as well. Also, a few more clips of the Scarlet Witch, the first being of her variant going off the wall and completely destroying the Illuminati HQ like mentioned earlier. You can see all of the red in the explosion, which obviously would be the chaos magic, and then what I think is the Captain Marvel variant flying back from the force of the blast. And this is also presumably to show off the strength of the Scarlet Witch. She's probably going to annihilate the Illuminati. One panning shot of main MCU Wanda at what looks to be at Kamar-Taj, and another with what appears to be her defending herself from someone. In previous trailers, chaos magic appears from above her, so she could be defending herself from either Doctor Strange, the variant version of herself, or even a variant of Doctor Strange himself. More of the same shots of the big street fight with Gargantos. Gargantos is covered in red runes, meaning he's being controlled by chaos magic. This is more than likely Wanda using Gargantos to get to American Chavez. The main reason Wanda wants to get to American Chavez is so she can help Wanda travel the multiverse to find her kids. We also see Wong forging a sword of magic and then going to charge at Gargantos to protect Chavez. We then skip back to some of the clips from the big Kamar-Taj fight, where main MCU Wanda attacks Doctor Strange to get to American Chavez. In this clip specifically, it shows her flying in the air getting ready to throw one of her hex attacks down, as you can see per the red chaos magic coming from her hand. The TV spot then ends with a short clip of the fight of Kamartar showing a small glimpse of Rintrah the Minotaur. Rintrah isn't the biggest character from the comics, but he does make multiple appearances, mainly in Doctor Strange comics, with him taking a teaching role at the Doctor Strange Magic Academy until it was shut down. In the comics, the Strange Academy is a magic school run by Doctor Strange to help any kids with magic abilities learn to hone them and use their magic properly. Some of the more notable teachers at this magic school were Wong, Scarlet Witch, Loki, and of course Rintrah, who are all now in the MCU. Once again, this TV spot was a lot of the same footage that we've been seeing from most of the trailers and of course the other TV spots, with a few extra added goodies such as the living Tribunal heads, which is maybe a bit more than just an added goodie. That's a big goodie. Whether he will make any sort of major cameo or if he will just be an Easter egg is to be seen, of course. My guess is if they are putting him in a trailer like that, maybe they wouldn't just relegate him to an Easter egg again, since he's been referenced in the first Doctor Strange movie with the staff of the Living Tribunal, which Mordo ended up talking to Doctor Strange about very shortly. It was only referenced for like 2 seconds. I think it was meant to just throw in there at the throwaway line, but now it can pay off. The Loki TV series with the statue of him at the end of time, and now in this short TV spot. Another TV spot was also released that was pretty much the same as this one, but more emphasizing on the Illuminati and what their big truth was, and in that TV spot it also showed an alternate photo, or I guess an alternate angle, of the Living Tribunal heads. Apparently this movie is supposed to be even crazier than Spider-Man No Way Home and Avengers Endgame. If that statement stands to be true, then the Living Tribunal making an appearance is more than fitting. I would absolutely love to know your guys' thoughts and comments about the TV spot and whether or not you actually think the Living Tribunal will make an appearance or whether or not he'd just be an Easter egg again. If you have watched this entire video, thank you so much for watching, and feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness videos and for more Marvel and nerd content overall.